Okay, welcome to Using Video in Your Real Estate Business. I'm Stephen Garner with Video for Real Estate Agents and Hub Media Company. And today we're going to be talking about how to use video in your real estate business. Now, in this webinar, we're going to be covering all types of video. We're going to talk about why video, the benefits of video, how to get found online using your video. We're going to talk about optimizing your YouTube channel, the objections versus the opportunity that you face, the equipment that you're going to need to make videos, keywords, and we're going to talk about videos of value. I'm going to give you a video outline. We'll definitely talk about video topics. We'll talk about syndication as in how to get more eyes on your video, and then I'm going to answer your questions either through live or through the YouTube video itself, or you can always email me and I'll actually leave that information. Now, you've been to plenty of webinars before where you're sitting here looking at it and the guy's boring, he's not engaging, and you're sitting here like, okay, why am I on this webinar? I got stuff to do. Who is this guy? What makes him qualified to teach this webinar? Well, those are all great questions, and well, let's start with the fact that I spent 13 years in your industry. Okay, I was a sales executive for many different title companies here in Phoenix, Arizona. In 2008, I lost really all of my business. In 2008, the market collapsed, and when it did, all of my business and all of my relationships went with it. All of a sudden, all the people that I used to work with that liked me, I liked them, we had great relationships. All of a sudden, asset managers at major banks said, hey, you can no longer work with him, you have to work with this person over here. So I looked around and realized what my next opportunity was, which was the internet. I actually started using the internet for business back in 2006 and in video back in 2008. I started a website called mytitleguy.com. This website really became the authority related to title company marketing. I started getting solicitations from title companies all over the country asking for help, asking for how they could create value propositions for you, the real estate agent. Now, this is a blog. It's a WordPress blog. I filled this website with content my ideal client would look for when they had a need, and here's what happened. I started getting leads. I got leads from everywhere. I got leads from consumers who were looking for information about short sale, consumers looking for information about REO, what's the process, people looking to sell their homes or possibly even refinance before short sale or foreclosure. The important thing is that they were going online when they had a need, they were asking Google a question, and they were finding me because I knew how to create that content. Today, more and more of that content is being found in a video medium, all right? Okay, in 2008, I decided I was going to leave the title, in 2008 is when I started using video in my business. Last year, I decided I was going to leave the title industry, and I started my own company called Hub Media Company. Hub Media Company is a real estate video production company based here in Phoenix, Arizona. We do all kinds of real estate video, and we work with many of the top agents in the Valley. Our video products include the traditional house video, luxury house videos, aerial video, community videos, lifestyle, green screen, you name it, we do it. And the fact that I have 13 years in this business working with real estate agents in and out, I know what you go through, I know what your challenges are, and therefore I was able to create this company and have the top agents work with us right away. All right, this is a few shoots that I've been on just recently. On the top left, that's a Canon C100 cinema camera. In the middle, that's a DJI Inspire 1 drone. Here's some different shots that we've done on the bottom, in the middle left, that's a shoot that I was on yesterday. In the middle to the right of that, that's a DJI Ronin. That's a 3-axis motorized gimbal. Then we got sliders and tripods and houses and green screen and all this different stuff. Why am I showing you this? Because I need you to understand that you're learning from somebody that has done it and continues to do it. One of the things that always frustrated me was somebody who stood up in front of people offering themselves as an expert on something they have never actually done, right? As a real estate agent, you are constantly bombarded by that, by your vendors who get up and say, oh yeah, this is what you should do, but I can't show you how to do it because I've never done it, but sure, it sounds good. That doesn't work well with me. So, I've shot over 2,000 real estate videos. I continue to work in the field. I continue to take training and education to help my clients do better than their competition. And now I'm going to share some of that information with you. Okay, now you don't have to go far to see in your world how things have changed, right? Facebook used to be nothing but images and worthless updates about what you had for dinner, but now it's being more filled with video. Video is everywhere now, whether it be Facebook or Twitter or LinkedIn or whatever it is, it's video. Your children are using your iPhone and your iPad and your HTC and your drone so that they can watch video. And now what's happened? Now the Zillow group has now said they're going to start using video on their platforms. And all these real estate agents went nuts like, oh, this is so great. And the smart ones realized, well, wait a minute. I thought Zillow group is my competition. I better start looking into video. Yes, you should. Now, let me tell you right now, the Zillow group doesn't have to be your competition if you know how to leverage it correctly, but if you're going to use them and you don't want to pay for leads forever, you should learn how to generate your own, and I'm going to show you how you can do that with video. Okay? All right, so let's talk about why you should be using video. Well, video is 80% more effective at engaging your audience than anything else, okay? We're doing a video right now. I could sit here and it would just be a podcast, and you may not be interested, but because you can see and because you can feel and maybe you can see the equipment that I'm using, you're like, wow, this guy's been around. Okay, he might know what he's talking about. I really can't convey that with text alone. Okay, video makes up over 50% of all mobile traffic. The last time you went somewhere, the last time you did something, you most likely did it on your mobile phone, and you most likely had an immediate need because you used your mobile phone. Okay, YouTube is over 20%, 28% of all Google searches. People talk all the time, oh, Facebook's going to take over YouTube. That's not going to happen. Okay, YouTube is intentional, whereas Facebook is by accident. When somebody goes to YouTube looking for something, they know exactly what they are looking for. They are typing it into that bar and they are finding it. Whereas with Facebook, they are accidentally finding content. Now, one is definitely better than the other, but they're both definitely valuable. I would use Facebook as a syndication tool, and I would use YouTube as an optimization tool. Okay, we're going to talk about that. Okay, the average consumer watches over 186 videos a month. I'm definitely not average. I watch a lot more than that. Consumers stay on a website an average of 2 minutes longer after watching video content. Now, that's important because your storefront is not your office. Okay, one of the things you're going to know about me is I can be sarcastic. All right, you develop a certain amount of sarcasm working in the industry as long as I have. But here's what you need to know: your office is not your office, okay? It's not that beautiful Keller Williams, Remax, Century 21, whatever it is, office with the beautiful director of first impressions or the water wall or whatever. That's not your office, okay? You may have noticed that consumers don't even want to meet you there anymore, all right? Let's meet at my office. No, let's meet in front of the house, okay? They don't want to do that. What they want to do is they want to do their own research, which means your office is online. Your office is your website. That's where they're learning more about you, what it is that you do, how you can help, and that's where they're making the determination whether or not they're going to reach out further for help. Okay? So, your office is your website. We're going to talk significantly about websites today, and I'm going to have an offering for you at the end as well. But the longer somebody can be on your website, the more sales that you will get, because by spending time on your website, if your website is set up correctly, and hopefully it will be, and by correctly, I mean providing valuable information to the consumer, not your designations, not how long you've been around and why you're so great, but how you're going to save the consumer time and money. The longer they're on your website, the more likely it is they will do business with you. Okay, YouTube is the second largest search engine in the world behind Google. By the way, Google owns YouTube, so they have a vested interest in making sure that their content shows up. And YouTube is the third most visited website in the world. Now, you know that already. Okay, you're already going to YouTube. You're already watching videos all the time. Look at your own behavior. That's where marketing is based out of. Okay? If you want to know what works, look at your own behavior. Where do you go when you have a need? What do you do? Are you using your mobile phone? Are you going to Vimeo or YouTube? You're probably going to YouTube, so that's exactly where you should be. Okay? Video can show up on page 1 of Google. And by the way, when you're looking at 10 links and one of them is a video, you're going to click on the video 80% of the time. Okay, but here's your opportunity. Less than 12% of real estate agents are using video in their market right now. And by the way, out of that 12%, probably 9.5% are doing it 100% incorrectly. And I mean to the point where it's almost embarrassing. So what we're going to do is we're going to fix that by giving you the right information so you can show them how they should be doing it the right way. Okay? 12% of agents are using video, yet 73% of sellers said they would list with a real estate agent that would use video. In my world, I call that opportunity. Okay, so let's talk about what the perfect video looks like. Okay, the perfect video is less than 2 minutes long. It's edited. It has music. It includes a strong call to action to do something. It's optimized to get found online, and it's embedded in a WordPress website. You'll see the biggest one in the middle is green. It's green for a reason. It solves a problem, answers a question, or provides valuable information. For the longest time, when I worked in title, real estate agents would come to me and say, hey, Stephen, what do you think of my postcard? Well, what about it? Do you like my hair? Do you like my colors? Do you like that? And I just shake my head and say, okay, you don't get it, okay? The consumer does not care about that. What they care about is value. So where is the value on this postcard? Well, guess what? There is none. Oh, I'm sorry, here it is. Call for a free CMA. Oh, great, okay. Because that's something only you can offer. Wrong, okay? If you're going to use any kind of internet marketing where the consumer has to search you out, has to find you, then you have to be talking about things they care about, which means your content has to solve a problem, has to answer a question, or has to provide valuable information. Your designations is not important in the least. Not to them, not yet. It may become valuable later when you can add that as, by the way, I am a GRI, I am an ABR, I am a CRS, and here's how that translates into more experience or power for you. Okay? On the top in the red, you'll see it's embedded in a WordPress website. Your storefront is your website, and that website better be WordPress. WordPress is the industry standard. It is something that you own, okay? No more paying fees for something that you don't own, okay? For better or worse, it's going to be as good or as bad as you make it, and we can help you with that as well, okay? It's less than 2 minutes long. People don't want to watch a video that's 7 minutes long, guys. They don't. Now, I have people all the time that will watch an hour and a half or 2 hour and a half or 2 hour training that I've done. But that's just because they've watched so many of my little videos. Now they're going, okay, I know who this guy is. I know what he represents. Okay, I'll buy in. I'll watch 2 hours, right? But you have to start small. Don't make 5 and 6 minute videos because no one's likely going to watch them. Start small and then move up, make it bigger. Let's talk about the video benefits. One, it drives qualified traffic to your website. I just told you your website is your storefront. That's where consumers need to be. It's great for branding and authority. It gives you a face. When somebody goes to your website, if you have a video on the front, and by the way, you should, they can see who you are. Okay, 80% of our body language is, or 80% of what we say is conveyed through our body language. They can see if you're real. They can see if you're sincere. They can see that you are passionate about this business, and that is not something that you can convey effectively with text or images. Okay. In addition, it's free and can work forever if you do it right. I told you about mytitleguy.com. there's probably easily 3,000 posts on there. There's easily probably 600 or 700 videos on there. I'm still getting leads from consumers, from real estate agents, from title companies, from attorneys that are finding my content and filling out forms and asking me for help because of that website, and it costs me nothing. Okay? Video also ranks 53 times better than websites. Everybody has a website. Your broker probably gave you a free website, which, by the way, probably isn't worth much, because it's going to be an HTML copy of a copy of a copy of a copy of a copy with the same exact content, right? Everybody has a website. Zillow has a website. Trulia has a website. Realtor.com, Movado, Hotpods, they all have websites. Your competition has websites, but not many of them are doing video, and video is your opportunity. Okay, so let's talk about why you want to be doing video. Video represents an opportunity for the agents that are going to embrace it, and most are not going to because they're going to be scared. They're going to start thinking about, I'm stupid, I'm fat, I'm ugly, what's my ex-girlfriend, ex-boyfriend going to think, what's my broker going to think? All those things are absolutely irrelevant in business video, and you need to get out of your own way or you will fail, because there are 2 types of real estate agents out there, those using video and those that will be. And you will be using video because the consumer is demanding it. And by the way, not using video will be like not having an email address. Can you imagine meeting somebody and they say, what's your email address? You say, oh, I don't have one, but you know what? I am 100% accountable, and every time you need me, I will be over here to send it to you within 20 minutes. That's how committed to you I am. And they're going to laugh at you because now you're affecting them, and not using video affects them. Okay? At the Consumer Electronics Show here in 2012, this gentleman right here stood up in front of everybody, a who's who of Apple, of Motorola, of Samsung, of Dell, you name it, HP, and said, guys, 90% of all web traffic is going to be video. 90% of all web traffic is going to be video. That's crazy. That's your opportunity. That's where your content needs to be. Let's talk about why you want to do video. It's because we're visual. Okay, we'd rather see our friend than speak to them on the phone. And by the way, we can see if they're being sincere by looking at them. All right, video also makes us smarter. We're more likely to retain information when we're shown how to do something, like how to buy a house, how to sell a house, how to choose the right real estate agent, how to choose the right lender. Video also builds trust. Studies have shown we're more likely to do business with people that we can see. And video moves us emotionally. You'll laugh or you'll cry based upon something you can see, based upon something that you've heard. You've all had that friend going, bro, I got this joke, gotta tell you, it's awesome. You're gonna love this joke, it's so funny. Okay, and then the punchline comes and you're like, I guess you had to be there. Well, yeah, you probably did because he saw it and you didn't, right? Video moves us emotionally. Video is also fast. Everything that I've said so far, if I in this webinar, if I wrote it down and transcribed it into text, none of you would read it. But you're willing to watch a video, and I can keep you engaged and I can keep you here because of the medium and because I know how to do it, and you're going to know how to do it as well. Video is also believable. Okay, we're more likely to believe things that we can see. Here's the advantages of using online video. One, you can stay ahead of the curve. Now, in 2005, when the market exploded here in Phoenix, the agents that had the most business, the agents that had the most listings are the ones that killed it. I mean, they just killed it. They went from overnight to just being filthy rich because they had the listings, and now all of a sudden everybody and their mother was a real estate investor and they were selling like hotcakes. Those are the agents that were ahead of the curve. Well, I'm telling you that video is going to be an integral part of your business, and this is your opportunity to get ahead of the curve. It also makes your website stickier. The average person spends about 5 minutes on my website. 5 minutes is a ridiculous amount of time, by the way. If you hold your breath for 5 minutes and then come and see me, well, you probably won't because you can't hold your breath for 5 minutes likely. But by me keeping them on their website, they are learning more about me, what I do, how I can help. They're watching my videos, they're experiencing my content, and they're seeing me as an authority in the space. The same thing with you. The more likely it is that they watch your content, that they listen to you when you talk about how to buy a house, how to sell a house, when you do an intro video to a house and you talk about the granite countertops and the wood floors and the 6-burner Wolf range, when you talk about things and they can feel it, they're thinking, our agent didn't do this. Who do you think they're going to work with next? Right? Make your website stickier. You can also build loyalty. People watch my videos and you kind of feel like you know somebody. It's almost like a little celebrity effect. Okay? I went to college in Las Vegas, and I remember first time I ever waited on Tiger Woods. His coach was Butch Harmon at the Rio. And I remember seeing this guy on TV, and I just literally felt like I knew him. Right? Nice guy, by the way. But video has the power to do that. TV has the power to do that. Using video for search engine optimization, well, you want to do that because it's indexed in minutes. Many of you have websites that have never been indexed and you probably don't even know it. Guess what? If you can't get your website indexed, if you can't get your content into a search engine like Google, then you can't get your content found by traditional ways that consumers search. So you want to get things indexed right away, and video is indexed right away. You got a higher click-through rate with video than text alone. It's quicker and easier to get on the first page of Google with video, and you can have less competition, which means you can have results right now because your competitors are not doing this. All right, let's talk about trends. Okay, this is Google Trends. Guys, Google's everywhere. Google knows what we're doing. Google knows everything, from email to YouTube. Google Trends, everything. They know everything that we're doing, but they also know what everybody else is doing, and they know what works. This is Google Trends, and if you know how to use Google Trends, it will tell you what you need to know. What I did is I put in the traditional ways real estate agents market themselves: article marketing, video marketing, pay-per-click, and print marketing. Well, underneath here, you have it color-coded. And as you can see from looking at this, you can see that video, red, is leading. But you don't need to be a rocket scientist to know that the green is print marketing and it's in the bottom of the barrel, right? Why? Because look at your own behavior. You come home, you check the mail maybe once every 4 days because it's usually bills. You're not getting any handwritten notes anymore, and anything really important is going to show up through email or maybe video. Okay? You check the mail every 4 days, and then once you're done, you just simply grab the mail, you bring it inside, and you make an instant determination over the garbage can as to whether or not you're going to keep the postcards at all, or if you're going to keep that mail at all. So print marketing is becoming less effective while at the same time becoming more expensive. Now, there are ways to effectively use print marketing, but it needs to be more target marketing, where the content that you have on your postcards needs to speak directly to them. Not you're the best agent in the world, but residents of El Vista Lakes, residents of Ocotillo, residents of DC Ranch, right? Where it grabs them right away. Wait a minute, I'm a resident of DC Ranch. Okay, I'll pay attention. Okay? Okay, but now it's not about views. I talk to agents all the time and they say, you know what, Stephen, I tried video a while ago. I got like 100 views, wasn't good. Well, that's not what video is about when you're doing business. That's viral video. Okay, when you receive a video and it's got 2 million views on it, you look at it and social proof kicks in. Social proof is what Amazon has. You go to Amazon, you're looking for a product, then once you find the product, you click on the number of stars to see what other people have said about that product. You start looking out for things and they say, okay, it's a great product, I love it, it's fantastic. And then after you get sick of that, you start looking for the one person that says, don't buy this because it's absolutely horrible and it caught my house on fire and the world is ending. Okay? That's viral video, right? When you're talking about business video, it's not about views. If you know how to get your videos found and you only got 100 views, then it was 100 people looking for the content that you created. And that's a lot more significant and a lot cheaper than the postcard program most agents are still using today. Let's talk about YouTube. Again, second largest search engine in the world. Okay, average visitor spends over 15 minutes a day. I told you can rank on the first page of Google, but here's what you really need to know. It reaches more people 18 to 54 than any cable network. Guys, cable's in trouble, right? I have 2 kids. I got a 12-year-old and a 6-year-old. My 12-year-old has an iPad. And I said to her one day, I said, hey, if you had a choice between TV or the iPad, which would you choose? And she said, like in a split second, iPad. Well, I didn't think she'd pick that because I grew up with TV. And to me, TV was just a staple, right? I needed TV. She doesn't need TV. I asked her why. She said, because I can watch TV on my iPad, right? We don't need cable anymore. We don't want to be told we want to watch things. We want to DVR it or watch it on YouTube. HBO is starting to come out with a la carte services now where you don't even need to get HBO. You'll be able to watch True Blood or whatever it is, or True Detective or whatever on HBO whenever you want without having to worry about it. That's crazy. And cable companies are worried about it, by the way. Okay, so here's what your YouTube channel looks like. Now, when you got to my YouTube channel right here, the first thing that you noticed was what? It was probably the banner across the top, which is cameras. So right away, you know what I do. What does your YouTube channel say? Is your YouTube channel, does it have anything at all? Is it just a regular picture of you? They don't know you, so they don't care about you, not yet anyway. If it was me, that image would be something that speaks to the demographic that you serve. If you want to be the expert in DC Ranch, that should be a banner for DC Ranch. If you specialize in helping people save their homes from foreclosure, that should be a picture of you saving somebody from foreclosure. Okay? YouTube's changed so much in just in the last couple of years. I don't know how old this graphic is, but I can guarantee you it's old. It keeps changing. In the middle, I have a video, right in the middle there. Okay? Phoenix Real Estate Video, Hub Media Company. Now, what happens is when somebody comes to my channel and they are not a fan, or excuse me, they are not a subscriber to my YouTube channel, that video will automatically play. That video is something I created that speaks to the value that we offer and solves a problem or answers a question for the consumer, which in my case is you, the real estate agent looking to add video to your business. You should have one of these as well. It should speak directly to the consumer. It should be done relatively professionally done. Okay? Not you in bad lighting and bad audio sitting in your office with a bunch of people walking behind you. That is no bueno. Okay? A good video should be there, and it should speak to what you do and how you help. Let's talk about talking head videos. There's all different kinds of videos. And by the way, if you want to know about aerial video, I created a video which has gone somewhat viral called How Not to Use Video in Your Real Estate Business. Now, I told you I can be rather condescending and I can be sarcastic, and I told you that after 13 years in this business, you kind of develop it. And you guys are probably nodding your head going, yup, you sure do. Well, I had somebody sent me a video, and it was like a 5-minute video of somebody flying around the outside of a house with a drone. It wasn't a big house. It wasn't 5,000, 6,000, 12,000 square feet. It was like a 2,000 square foot house in a regular tract home subdivision. And this dude flew over the house, and then he set it down, and then he rose up to reveal it again, and then he rose up to reveal it again, and then he flew into like almost the front door. He did all this stuff, and I'm shaking my head going, this guy's an absolute tool. I'm like, what is this guy doing? And the agent that sent it to me goes, isn't that so cool? And I'm like, no, not at all. See, real estate agents are become victims of liking content or liking things because of what they do, not what it conveys. This agent that sent it to me is like, wow, it's a drone and it can fly, and take a look at this. It's so cool. I want to do this. Whereas the average consumer would look at it and just cringe and go, this is absolutely horrible. Why? Because it's about the content. So again, I decided I was going to create a video right then and there. I think it's got like 50,000 views on it, called How Not to Use Video in Your Real Estate Business. And if you really want to laugh, go ahead and take a look at the comments underneath, which are great, by the way. YouTube comments are awesome. Okay? How not to use video in your real estate business. All right, so here's a talking head example. Hello, I'm Stephen Garner with Video for Real Estate Agents, and in today's video, I want to talk to you about aerial video. Okay, so today we're talking about aerial video, specifically aerial real estate video. Now, if you're... Okay, so that was all about aerial real estate video. Check that video out. That's a talking head. That's exactly what it sounds like, all right? It's just a head that is talking. I do not recommend it. It's not great, but sometimes you got to do it. Website introduction videos. These are great because when a consumer lands on your website, they have no context for who you are, what you do, how you can help. A website introduction video speaks to the consumer as to who you are and how you can help them immediately.
Welcome to the Graph Group, the most advanced, user-friendly real estate website. We are a full-service real estate team dedicated to representing buyers and sellers in the Phoenix metro area. Are you thinking of buying a new home? Perhaps you're thinking of selling your existing home. Maybe you're looking for a condo, townhome, or swank new loft. Hello, I'm Scott Graff, and our mission at the Graff Group is to...
Okay, so that's Scott. Now you know he's with Keller Williams, and now he's going to explain what his mission is. And in the beginning, if you lived in Phoenix, you would know that the beginning was Tempe, which means that's the market that he serves. He serves Tempe, he serves high-rise, he does a lot of condos, and he's very good at it, and he's very well known for it. Okay, green screen videos. Here we go. Green screen is awesome because green screen allows you to create content on a regular basis without having to worry about lighting or audio, or in Phoenix, heat. Heat is a killer here. Right? Squinting doesn't look very good. But a green screen allows you to create it whenever you want and have have great branding all throughout.
Let's talk about engagement. If you've been in marketing or sales for any period of time, you've likely heard of something called engagement. They'll tell you, be engaging. But what does that really mean? And more importantly, how do you do it? Engagement is important in all forms of sales, but it's imperative in video. Engagement is simply being...
Okay, so that's one of the courses from the Video for Real Estate Agents course. Okay, then we got property tours. Okay, I told you we do a bunch of these. Here's an example. Okay, now, if you're watching that video and you were thinking, wow, I like that backyard, oh, I like that granite, or I like this, or I like that, then you were mentally moving into the property, and that is part of the power of video. You really can't do that with pictures, but you can feel the emotion on a house. Here's another example. Okay, we also do subdivision or community videos. Now, these are great community videos because women in particular know what community they want to live in next. Okay, you ask somebody where you live in Phoenix, they're not going to say Mountain View and Via Linda, they'll say Scottsdale Ranch because we identify with the communities we live in, which means we search by their names. Most women in particular know what community they want to live in next. So they're not going to look for a house at Dobson and Germain, they'll look for a house in Germain Country Estates or Ocotillo. And that's great because if they can find your community video and you're in it, you're setting yourself up as the expert on that community. And they want to work with the expert because it doesn't cost them any more to do so. Everybody wants the expert. Okay, and that video goes on to talk about all the different things that Verado has to offer. Lifestyle, all the things the consumer is going to care about. Here's another one for luxury condos here in Scottsdale. Okay, and then that video goes on to speak about the different models and the lifestyle and the things that the people actually care about. Here's an example of a luxury video with an agent in it. Okay, if you're going to do property videos, you need to be in it. You need to be in it, right? We're pretty lazy these days. Like your neighbor's house goes up for sale. Do you cross the street and walk over and grab a flyer, or do you Google the address? Well, if you said Google the address, you're probably correct. And if you can find the video of that house and the agent's in it, and you're going to list your house, you want that. Okay, check out the testimonials on our site, hubmediacompany.com. Our agents are getting more listings, they're getting more business because of their videos, because they're placing them where the consumers would find it and they're adding value.
Are you ready for a home that has it all? Hi, I'm Angie Patton with the Patton team at Keller Williams Realty. And today I'd like to introduce you to our latest listing. This 5-bedroom, 7.5 bath Stellar Air Park Estates home features travertine floors, granite countertops, stainless steel appliances, a rare basement, media room, game room, and a hangar for your private plane or car collection. Let's go take a look at this beautiful home.
Okay, then that goes on to tell the story of the house. Okay, you can also do visual story videos. These are okay, but in my opinion, they're becoming really played out because now everybody and their mother has one. They were cool for a while because they were different. This is one that I did probably maybe 3 to 4 years ago when I was still in the title industry, and I made it for my ideal client being real estate agents to get them to understand how marketing has changed. Okay, in that video, I talked about, hey, most title companies' value proposition is service. It's not measurable, it's not tangible, and frankly, it's an expectation. So I talked about what your business would look like if you had more than service, if you actually had a business partner that could help you grow your business. Okay, then there's screencast videos. Well, this is exactly what I'm doing right now. It's called a screencast or webinar.
Hello everybody, I'm Stephen Garner with Hub Media Company, and in today's video, I want to talk about how to take your online marketing to another level with video.
Okay, one of the things that makes us really unique in the video space, there's plenty of video companies out there, but very few of them have any significant real estate experience, definitely not 13 years, and probably haven't worked with real estate agents in the capacity that we have. And all that means we understand their business, we understand their objections, we understand their problems, and we can get them out of their own way. Speaking of objections, let's talk about the objections you're probably already thinking of. It's too much work. It costs too much. They don't know what to make videos about. You don't know how. Everybody wants to lose 10 pounds or have a good hair day first. Now, there's people that told me they wanted to lose 10 pounds before they did video, and that was about a year ago, and now it's 20 pounds. There's no time like the present. Look me up. I'm not a skinny guy, okay? I'm not the best looking guy. I don't wear the latest and greatest Dolce & Gabbana or whatever, right? I started doing video in my business because I didn't have a choice. When the pain of not doing something is greater than making a change, you will make that change. I had to make that change. In 2008, I didn't have a choice. My market was collapsing and I needed to do something. When your market is collapsing, when you start losing listings to agents that are not as good as you, but have better marketing than you, that's when you'll change, okay? You have to get out of your own way. You have to, or you will fail. Other objections that I ran into, I'm scared. I don't want to be an editor. I tried it before and it didn't work. Or let's say, Stephen, I'm a realtor, not a producer. Okay, here's the deal. You're not even a realtor unless they're looking for real estate. Okay, they can pull up at a light and look to your right and it's you, and they don't care about you. They don't care that you're a realtor because they're not in the real estate space. They're not in the game. They're not looking for a house. You're just the guy next to him who's got his music too loud or is smoking a cigarette with his kid in the car, right? The only time they care about you being a realtor is when they're in the real estate market looking for you. And that's what video can do for you. This is one of the biggest challenges real estate agents have. So many agents think, okay, I've been in the business for 20 years, so people should automatically do business with me, and that is not true. I taught a class about maybe 4 years ago on the west side, and I had a couple come up to me. And you know how you can just tell when somebody's got good or bad intentions when they walk up to you? I could just tell that this lady was hot. She was just pissed, right? She's walking up to me. Her husband is just trying to grab her arm, and she's coming up to me, and she's like, you're the one that's teaching these other agents how to take our business. And you could tell her husband had tried to explain to her that's not how it is, that's not how it works. She didn't want to hear it. She was pissed. Okay? They were losing their market share to agents that weren't even as good as them, not even as well known as them, to other agents that were using video. They thought because they were an active adult community that consumers weren't, oh no, they don't use the internet, they just do print. Yeah, right. Let me tell you right now, my mom is 67 years old, and if my mom's gonna make a purchase, especially a house, I'm looking up that agent. I wanna validate what she's doing. I wanna make sure that she's not being taken advantage of. Same thing for my father, okay? People are still using the internet, especially the older people, and it's their kids, their millennial kids that are looking to validate. But here's the problem they didn't understand. Leads go to the best marketers, not the best realtors. You know real estate agents that make the hair on the back of your neck stand up. You're like, I can't understand why anybody would want to work with that dude. He's an absolute just this or that, or she's this or she's that, or she has no ethics or whatever it might be. Well, it's pretty simple. They're just a better marketer than you, okay? It doesn't matter how good you are if no one knows you exist. Because to the consumer, you're a commodity. Now, I've had people say to me, you know, Stephen, when you teach these classes, you might want to be a little bit nicer. I mean, calling them a commodity, gee. You are a commodity, okay? And you're a commodity of your own doing because you say the exact same things as your competitors. You do the exact same things as your competitors, and the consumer can't tell where one agent ends and another one begins. That's a commodity. Okay, when you go to the store to get bacon, you're not like, I think I want this brand. You're like, which one is the cheapest? That's a commodity. Same thing with orange juice, right? Orange juice all comes from the same place. Gas all comes from the same place. You're looking for the lowest cost. It's a commodity. Well, you're a commodity until you decommoditize yourself. Okay, that's the thing an agents need to understand. It's like buying a car. You can buy a Lexus and they're both $50,000, or one's $52,000 and one's $50,000. You're going to pick the one that's $50,000 because it's cheaper and that's the value. But would you pay an extra $2,000 if you knew you got an extended warranty? If you knew that you had the backing of maybe a dealer that's been around a lot longer than the other? Of maybe a salesperson that you knew personally? Well, now you're decommoditizing yourself. You're a commodity until you decommoditize yourself. Let's talk about how you can do it. Here's your opportunity. Okay, unlike Facebook or pay-per-click, video offers you the ability to create a steady flow of leads for free. I just told you that I was getting all kinds of leads from my website, mytitleguy.com. I didn't do anything. I still get them all the time. People who asked Google a question and found me because I knew how to create that content. Let's talk about how you can do it now. Here's the equipment that you need. I told you I have these big cinema cameras and all this stuff. You don't need any of that stuff. Okay? Now, if you want to do professional video and you got a big listing and it's nice, you better find a videographer in your area that can do it. I wouldn't try doing it yourself because you're probably not going to be able to do it as good as somebody else would, and that product is going to represent you to its fullest. So I would definitely find somebody that can do it. If you're in Phoenix, you can call us and we'll definitely do it for you. Okay, we're going to talk about video cameras, editing software. I'm going to give you talk about lighting and ideas. Okay, I told you that all this stuff comes from within me, okay? I didn't have someone like me to say, okay, Bill, here's what you should do first, here's what you should do second. I didn't have any of that, okay? I had to teach myself. I cost myself tens of thousands of dollars buying the wrong equipment and then learning it wouldn't work for my purpose, okay? I made videos that were absolutely atrocious, and I left them on my YouTube channel. My Title Guy, I think it's My Title Guy Stephen on YouTube or something like that. Just Google My Title Guy. You'll find my YouTube channel. They're still there. Go back and look at them. They're absolutely horrible. I left them there so you can see the progression of what happened when you dedicate yourself to something, right? I bought the wrong everything. I had to learn it on my own, but you don't have to. Okay, first camera I ever had was a Flip Mino. You probably remember your title company vendors or lenders giving these away and things, right? Who wants a Flip Mino? This camera was revolutionary because it had an internal hard drive in it. Okay, before that you had to have a high 8 tape or something like that. Now with this camera you could have shot the video, plugged it into your laptop, and then pulled it directly in and edited it. That was amazing. But that was the Flip Mino HD. But what was missing about the Flip Mino is that it didn't have an external audio jack. And one of the things you'll learn today is that audio is more important than video. This right here, the next camera I had, was the Kodak ZI-8. It had an external audio jack. So now I could use a wireless lavalier to make sure my audio sounded good. They don't make this Kodak ZI-8 anymore. Now it's called the Kodak ZI-10 or PlayTouch. You can also use your iPhone or your iPad. There are entire courses out there dedicated to using your iPhone for video. They're not real estate specific. They can't give you content ideas or how to do that, but there are out there. You can use your iPhone 4, iPhone 5, iPhone 6, 6S, you name it, 6 Plus. You can use your iPad as well, or you can use your GoPro. Now, GoPro is an action camera. I use that for action shots. When I want to show somebody in the water, in the pool, I'll use a GoPro. When I want to drive around a community without putting a $6,000 camera on the roof, I'll use a GoPro. GoPros are great, but I would in no way, shape, or form ever in a million years try to shoot a house with a GoPro. It's an automatic exposure, meaning every time you walk around in the house, when the light changes, so is the exposure. It's like a pupil. When you get more light, it's going to get darker. And when you move around, it's going to get brighter. But it's not meant to do that, so I wouldn't use it for that. Every camera here has its own purpose. Okay, that's the GoPro. Let's talk more about cameras. After I started to really understand what I needed, I started looking at what's called DSLRs, or digital single lens reflex. The first one I had was the Canon T3i. The Canon T3i was revolutionary in that space because it had an articulating screen on the back. So now for the first time, I don't need somebody to tell me if I'm in focus. I don't need someone to tell me if I'm in the frame. I can use the Kodak T3i. By the way, DSLRs changed the game when it came to video. Big, huge production companies were not happy with Canon at all when they rolled out the Canon Mark II. The Canon Mark II was a DSLR that somebody figured out could shoot video. Before that, you had to spend tens of thousands of dollars to get a video camera. Well, when they came out with the Canon Mark II and somebody figured out that you shoot video with it and shoot amazing video with it, the DSLR revolution began. We've never looked back. DSLRs are affordable. They shoot full HD video in many cases. And this little camera you're looking at right now, imagine a $100,000 camera that Tom Brokaw's looking at. That's what that is. Okay, it's just smaller. It's great. It's HD. You can't beat it. Okay, then there's the EOS, the Canon T2i. Now, for those of you that are Nikon shooters, whatever you get is fine. I'm a Canon guy. One of the things that I offer is coaching to people so that when you are ready to get in this and you have a question, you can call me. I don't know a lot about Nikon, but I do know that whatever camera you get is the road you're going to go down. So if I were you, I'd get on the Canon road so that you can get Canon glass so that when you have a problem, you can lean over to somebody next to you and say, hey, what do you do with your Canon, this and that? Because they'll likely have a Canon. Nikon's a great photography brand. It's also a great video brand, but in my world, in my opinion, Canon's better. Okay, then you got the Canon Vexia. That's a camcorder. You can't use an external lens with that at all. Then you got the Canon T2i. This is called the Logitech Broadcaster. It's a wireless Wi-Fi camera. Okay, you can also use your PC or your Mac. Now, when I first started using videos, I started doing it on a 13-inch MacBook Pro. I'll tell you a quick story. It's kind of funny. I would like to meet this person, but I don't know if I ever will. When I started making videos, when I worked in the title industry, I was making these videos and I had this hater. Now, I'll tell you right now, you won't get far until you're a hater. If you don't have a hater, you're not far enough down the road yet. Okay? You need to become a threat. You need to disrupt before you start getting haters. So you need to get further down that road. I had a hater. And every time I would post a video, this person would just anonymously go, and you suck, you're stupid, you're ugly, what do you know, whatever, on Twitter. And I remember that I was like, wow. I mean, it was the first time that it really ever happened to me. And I remember I was like, oof, I wonder who that is or what they think or whatever. But they never identified themselves because they were weak, right? It's easy to sit there and criticize somebody without putting your name or your face to it. And I got to tell you, that motivated me more than ever. I started cranking content out left and right. I got a few more messages like that, but I haven't got one in like 3 or 4 years now. I think at least 3 years. But I thank that person because all they did was motivate me to get better, to make better content. And I'm sure I took a number of clients from that person when I was in title. It's definitely somebody in title. So thank you very much. Let's talk about iPhone equipment. Okay? Your iPhone can be used to shoot amazing video. There are commercials that are on TV shot with iPhone. Right? Apple shoots all their videos with an iPhone. You can do it as well. If you want to know about iPhone gear, go to photojojo.com. There's all different gear that's already dedicated to your iPhone. Let's talk about audio. I told you audio is more important than video. Now, some common options for that include shotgun microphones like Rode. There's wireless microphones, lapel microphones, USB microphones. What you need to know is audio is more important than video. Nothing in this world, in my world anyway, is more annoying than bad audio. Okay? Let me show you why. See that? This guy, he's got a great background. He's obviously near the ocean. It's great, but he's near the ocean. And he's using the shotgun microphone or he's using the scratch audio out of his camera. Either way, I can't watch because it hurts me to watch because I can't hear him. And by the way, that puts his whole entire message in question for me. Right? Audio is more important than video. All right, microphones. The first microphone I had was a Rode shotgun microphone. That's a Rode VideoMic Pro. Then I moved up to the WM Pro, which is a wireless lavalier. Costs about $100, $150. For videos, before I got a headset, I would use a USB microphone, like the Blue or the Blue Yeti. This is the Blue Snowball. And then there's the Blue Yeti. And now for wireless lavalier, I use the Sennheiser EW G3, the Evolution series, which is the professional audio. But these USB microphones are great. And if you're going to make any kind of videos in front of your computer, you need to get one of these. All right, it plugs directly into your computer. It's powered by your computer, and you're ready to go. I highly recommend it. This is what I use sometimes. Right now I'm just using a regular headset because I left it at my studio. Okay, that's a Logitech G330, costs about $30, I think. And then this is a Olympus ME15, which is specifically designed for the iPhone. But you can find all this stuff, at least the iPhone stuff, on that Photo Jojo website. Editing software. Okay, other than your initial content, nothing's going to make it look better than editing. You got to edit it. You got to make it look good. Right? If you saw my videos, and they're pretty polished sometimes, if you saw my videos and they weren't edited, you'd hear me drop a few choice words. Right? You'd see me make mistakes all the time. Some videos I put out with a lot of mistakes in it, so you can see that I'm human. But other than your initial content, editing is going to make it better. So what kind of editor should you use? The one you have right now is what you should use. If you have a PC, then you can use Windows Live Movie Maker. If you have a Mac, which by the way, I suggest that you're going to, and especially if you want to get the Video for Real Estate Agents course, the first thing that I suggest is you go out and get a used MacBook Pro. It doesn't have to be new if you're starting out, but you can get one for like $500. And it's awesome because it was designed to edit and render video, right? Your PC, you probably got it because of its price point, not because of what it could do, which means you're going to have issues when you all of a sudden try to add HD video to it. That thing might even start smoking, okay? So iMovie for Mac or Final Cut Pro, Final Cut Express, Final Cut X. There's all different kinds of editors. Some are rather pricey. I suggest you go with what you have already. Again, if you have a PC, then you have Windows Live Movie Maker. And if you have a Mac, then you can use iMovie. Okay? Other options are Sony Vegas. I like Sony Vegas because it's stackable, meaning you can expand upon it. So you get the first one, the first Sony Vegas, it's like $99, and then you decide, okay, I want to be able to add this kind of transition now, so you buy the next one. But your other software still works, so it's not like you got to, throw everything out. It still works fine. Okay, so let's talk about where to get music. You don't want to use your iTunes library. Here's why. Now it used to be with YouTube, I've been doing this long enough where I remember how it used to be. And it used to be that record companies were suing people that would use their music. I don't know if you guys remember that, but you'd use their music in something and they'd threaten to sue you. That's changed, and YouTube's had a lot to do with changing that. What record companies have figured out is this. They're going to continue to upload videos with our music on it, whether it be Rihanna or Eminem or whatever, Mumford & Sons, whatever it might be, they're going to do that. And we're getting a really bad face by threatening to sue these 12-year-old girls. So YouTube said, here's what we can do, guys. How about every time somebody uploads content that belongs to you, we put a link underneath it to like iTunes or Google Play or Amazon where they can buy that. And now that's what's happened. So now when you hear a song underneath it, instead of wondering what it is, you'll likely see a link underneath it where you can go off and buy it. And it's turned into a huge revenue stream for these record companies. But I don't recommend that you use iTunes because you're not in control of that music. Meaning, if the owner of that music, being the Virgin Atlantic or BMG, whatever it might be, if they decide that they don't want to allow their song to be played on your video is just going to come down. And they may prevent it from playing on mobile devices. They may prevent it from playing outside the United States. There's all different things that they can do. So I would suggest that you get music from royalty-free places like Audio Jungle, Sound Bakery, Pond 5, Jewel Beat, or if you're using a premium editor like iMovie, Final Cut Pro, Sony Vegas, you're already going to have songs that are built right into it. So you can do that. Okay, video optimization. Video optimization is the process of positioning your videos to get found online. Now, I've told you before, it's not about you. Okay, it can't be about you. If I don't know you, how can I look for you? How can I even know your value? Right? I'm going to look for something that's important to me, like homes in 85286 near Tallwater Elementary School. That's important to me. I'm going to look for homes near major employers in Chandler. That's important to me. Okay? Your video optimization, and this is for all content, by the way, your content needs to help the consumer find it, which means you have to talk about things they care about, and they don't care about you yet. Okay, let's talk about keywords now. Now, Google's your friend, and if you know how to ask Google questions, it'll tell you everything you need to know. You may have noticed when you type something in Google, Google starts to try to make suggestions to you based upon you type in title company. They go, oh, you're looking for title company Mesa? You're looking for title company Mesa, Arizona? You're looking for Mesa, Arizona spelled out? You're looking for Mesa County? What are you looking for? It's trying to help you. But by helping you, it's also telling you the most common searches. So when you type in, look what it's suggesting to you and start using those in your keywords, in your video keywords, as well as in your optimization for your blogs. Okay? Google search. I made this video about title company marketing. Here's what's really cool. I competed with Fortune 100 companies. I worked for a tiny little title company, and I beat them online. It was crazy, right? If you look for title company marketing, I don't know if it's still there. It's probably on the second page by now. I haven't done anything for it, but look at this. Out of 153 million results, I had a video on the first page competing with companies that did nothing but marketing for title companies. Pretty crazy, right? Look at that video back in 2011. Go watch it. Pretty funny. Okay, mindset. You got to get in the shoes of your ideal client. What questions do they have? What problems do they face? You got to be able to answer that stuff in your videos. Okay? What does somebody who's moving from New York to Phoenix really care about? Do they care about a house? Yeah. But if they have kids, they care about schools first. If they have a job, they care about the job first. So they're looking for homes near Intel. They're looking for homes on the Price Road corridor. And then from there, they'll look for homes. 3-bedroom, 2-bath homes near Intel. 4-bedroom, 2-bath, 3,000 square feet near whatever. That's called long-tail keyword searching. Okay? The longer the search, the more specific the need and the closer the buying process, the further along in the buying process you are. So you have to get in the mindset of your ideal client. Everybody has an ideal client. I teach classes all over Phoenix as well. And the one thing I would say is, well, who's your ideal client? And I get the agent that's been around 20 years. My ideal client is someone that wants to buy $1 million house. No, it's not. That's not your ideal client. It's hard to create content for someone that's going to buy $1 million house because there's so many of them here in Phoenix. Your content should be somebody looking to buy a house in DC Ranch. Your content should be looking for someone to buy a house in DC Ranch with a casita. That should be who your ideal client is because you can easily create content for that. But you have to get in the right shoes. You have to get in the right mindset. Videos of value, okay? Guys, if you're going to make videos and they're not going to be of value, just don't do it. I mean, I sit here and I just literally cringe looking at some of the videos real estate agents put out because people tell them to use video, so they do, but they have absolutely no clue what they're doing. A bad video is worse than no video. A bad video will ruin your brand faster than not doing video at all, so do it right the first time. Okay, if it looks like you're reading, then everything you've said is now worthless to me. Okay, I don't care. You're obviously, I mean, if you can't remember what you're talking about, then maybe this isn't going to work. Okay, videos of value. If they're not of value, don't make it. Your brokerage really isn't of value. Sorry to tell you. 98% of consumers don't care about brand as it relates to real estate. The 2% are the ones that are looking for a national brand when moving from New York to LA. They don't care about brand. And you already know that because when you left your previous broker and went somewhere else, your existing clients didn't say, I'm sorry, I got to have an XYZ broker agent. I'm just sorry. I'm sure you understand. No, they followed you blindly. Some of you started your own brokerages to just you, and still, you had people who put all their business in your hands because they trust you, okay? They have to be of value. 2 to 3 minutes long at the max. I would not go much further than that. There's some videos that I make. Sometimes, I mean, we shoot 18, 20,000 square foot homes, and we have to go longer than that, okay? Edit, transitions, captions, and links. Add music to your videos. Your music's engaging. Music's everywhere now. On the national news, on the local news, on 2020, Dateline, everybody's got music. But that music has to complement your video. Quick story. We've all met the real estate agent that knows it all, right? You guys all have haters, right? Everybody has haters. If you've been in this business for a while and you're good at it, you have haters. I have haters. I love haters. Hi, haters. Okay? One thing about music is this. It has to complement your video. I had this guy come up to me. I've known him for a while, just never really looked me in the eye, kind of just bizarre, right? And he comes up to me and he says, hey, I hear you're teaching video classes. Uh-huh, yep, sure am. Oh, well, I don't need to come because I've been doing video for a long time. And I said, oh, great. Well, let me know if you need any help. No, I don't need any help. I know what I'm doing. Okay, well, I appreciate you telling me. Thanks. Bye. First thing I did was find his YouTube channel. Yeah, he knew what he was doing. He did a video of an RV out in Queen Creek, which is far East Valley. Okay, great. I think every house should have a video. We're going to talk about that in a little bit as to why. Okay, every house should have a video. But the music he put in was opera. It was the worst thing I think I've ever seen. It didn't match at all. You had this big, bold, powerful music with this little, tiny, detached little UV or RV, whatever it was. Okay? I was just like, wow. I mean, that's like brand destruction. That's just bad. Okay? I just told you that every house should have a video. Here's why. You're doing video for the same reason you're doing an open house. You're doing an open house not to necessarily sell that house, but to meet other people in the market. Well, by you doing videos, here's what's going to happen for your listings, and you should do it on every single one of them. If it's done right, your seller is going to share that video with everyone they know on their social networks like Facebook, which means you're going to be directly inserted into their network of people and friends. And they're going to look at that video and be like, wow, that's a great video. And wow, our agent didn't do that. And wow, I want that on my house. And wow, that's who can do it. And our clients are getting more leads because of it. So I would build that cost into your marketing if it was me. Every single house should get a video. It's also a great way to get your videos or your houses found online, because homes with video have 400% more activity around them than just pictures alone. So you're doing a service. And by the way, take these stats down and use them in your listing presentations. Okay? Don't just go, hey, we're going to do a video, because the seller doesn't know what that means. They've seen enough horrible real estate videos to actually question if there's any value in it. You don't say that. You say, oh, no. This is the kind of video we're going to do. And you show them one of our videos if you need to. Reach out to me and I'll send you one. Okay? A video that's going to help them mentally move into the property. And say to them while they're watching it, hey, if you like the granite, if you like the wood floors, you're mentally moving into the property, which means you now have emotion around the sales process. I'm sure that you can see how powerful that is in selling your home. Yes, absolutely. Okay? Add music. Now use a visual aid, something to look at. They don't want to look at you. They don't need to look at you the whole time. If you're going to make a video about selling a house, please hold a sold sign. Okay? Give them, that's the home run. That's the holy grail. Give it to them. And be engaging. I've been around long enough to see people who shouldn't be teaching classes. They're good. Okay? They're good. They know the content, but they're not good at teaching. One of the reasons is because they don't know how to be engaging. If you're going to be on video, you have to be engaging. And engaging is really nothing more than being human. You have to raise your voice. You have to lower your voice. You have to move in. You have to move out. You have to keep it interesting. You have to use analogies that people understand. Because if all you're going to do is be monotone all the way throughout about using video in your real estate business, you're going to lose a lot of people very fast. So be engaging. Okay? All right. Video outline. All right. Yes, it's like high school. You guys remember when you would do papers, you'd have your intro, your body, and then your conclusion. Same thing, except I call it intro, content, call to action. Your intro tells the viewer why they're here and why they should continue to watch. If it's a house video, it's, are you looking for a house in DC Ranch? Hi, I'm Stephen Garner with Hub Media Company, and today I'd like to introduce you to our latest listing. The content delivers what the intro promised. This home features 3,700 square feet, granite countertops, Turkish marble in the bathroom, amazing city lights views, and then the call to action. Let's go take a look at this beautiful home. Or for more information on this home or any home for that matter, please call me, Stephen Garner, at 480-223-8113, or email me at stephen@hubmediacompany.com, or simply fill out the form below. Okay? Intro, content, call to action. Use that. Okay, now if you don't want to be on camera, I get that. Some people are, so I told you I went to UNLV in Vegas, right? My degree was in criminal justice, and criminal justice is the study of sociology and psychology, which is the study of the person in the world. And one of the things I figured out pretty young was this, and it helped me get out of my own way, by the way. People, who you are today was dictated when you were really young, okay? It's not something that happened right now. At some point when you were a kid, somebody may have called you stupid, fat, or ugly, or that you don't know anything, or whatever, and a lot of people will carry that stuff forward. It goes with them. They start to believe it. I'm stupid, I'm fat, I'm ugly. I'm stupid, I'm fat, I'm ugly. I'm stupid, I'm fat, I'm ugly. And it starts to manifest and show up in places. I've had women say, Stephen, I'm not going to be in this video. Why? I just don't like video. I just don't want to do it. Yeah, I'm just not into it. Come on, you should do it. That's somebody right there that who it happened to. And usually it's the prettiest woman out there that happens to, by the way, okay? Because people don't like them, right? People just started giving them dirty looks and they internalized it. Ooh, I must be doing something wrong. My hair must be bad. I must be ugly. My breath must stink, whatever it might be. And they kind of carry it forward. So I had this one woman who said, I don't want to be in the video. Please, I don't want to be in the video. And I explained to her what I said to you, which is this. When somebody watches that video, they're going to build a relationship with you, and you will get more business because of this video if you're in it. With you, it's a sales video about you. Without you, it's just a house video. And she said, well, I said, here's the deal. We'll do the video, okay? And if you don't like it, I'll cut it out, I promise. I won't make the video public. I'll send it to you. You can say if you like it or not. And she said, okay. So we did the video. She made a lot of mistakes, which is normal, by the way. The average agent I work with in the beginning makes about 20 mistakes, 20 takes sometimes. Now they're seasoned pros. Now they just kill it, okay? But I made the video, and I sent it to her, and I get a call from this guy. You can just tell on the other line when somebody's a big guy, and he's a big guy. And he's like, is this Stephen? I'm like, yes. Stephen, you did a video for my wife, Sandy. And I said, yes. And he's like, young man, I can't thank you enough. I've been telling her how beautiful she is, how amazing, what an amazing woman she is. She never lets us take pictures. She never wants to be in our family photos. She never wants to do any of that stuff. But, young man, you did an amazing job. And I could hear her in the background weeping, right? I mean, she just looked awesome. It's like she got out of her own way. You need to get out of your own way. It's really, really important. You need to stop thinking about what your broker thinks, what your competitors think. You are most likely thinking about what your competitors think when you do any kind of marketing. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. They don't control you. They don't pay your bills. It's dumb. You should smile and just know that you're crushing them, okay? That's what I did. People hated me for it, by the way, right? My competitors didn't like me. But you know what? You're not going to be good at anything making friends. But if you don't want to be on camera, that's fine. If you don't want to be on camera, here's some ideas for you. You can interview others. Back in 2008 when the market collapsed, I wasn't qualified to talk about short sale. I'm not an attorney. But what I could do was go and get an attorney and do a video. Hey, I'm Stephen with XYZ Title, and many of you have asked questions about the short sale market. And rather than me talk about it like these other people who really don't know what they're talking about, I figured I'd go and get this guy from this place who could talk about it. Can you say more about that? And he goes, sure, Stephen. And now I just aligned myself with a professional, and I was able to give great content that now is going to be syndicated out, and I'm aligned with it. And I did my clients a service. Okay, you can also do PowerPoint or keynote presentations. You can do screencasts like this one we're doing right now. If you want to do screencasts, which by the way, screencast is nothing more than recording your screen with audio and the motions that your mouse makes. Here's some options for you. Screen R, Screencast-O-Matic, Jing. Some of these are free, some are paid. Camtasia Studio, Camtasia Mac. There's Screencast, there's ScreenFlow. There's a bunch of them. Just go and do a Google search for screencast software. Here's some video topics. Because you might be thinking, and again, this is where it's really powerful that we spent so long in the real estate space. I know what to make content about. I know what real estate agents should be making content about on their blogs, on their videos, and that's why the bigger agents come to us. So let me tell you what you should be making yours about now. How about videos about how to search the multiple listing service? About 3 years ago, Flex, the multiple listing service here in Phoenix, switched to Flex MLS, arm listed. And when it did, it was like a bomb went off. Like agents went absolutely crazy because they didn't know how to use these systems. They were going, I mean, irate is an understatement, okay? They had to come and take classes to learn how to use Flex. Now, Flex was arguably a better system, a much better system for the agent and for the consumer and what it could do. But you had agents that were so livid. Well, don't you think the consumer wonders how to search for a home? Don't you think they need to know how to use your IDX? Make a video on it. Send it to your buyers. Hey, it's Stephen. Listen, I really look forward to working with you. I've taken the liberty of putting together this video to show you how you can use my IDX. This is going to help you find your dream home, and here's how you can let me know what homes you like and what homes you don't. I just added value, or you just added value immediately. Okay, every single open house this guy goes to, and every agent says, I'll put you on a portal, I'll put you on a portal, I'll put you on a portal, which, by the way, seems like the most value a lot of agents have to offer these days. Every time they do that, they're going, oh, no, I'm set. Because you have something different. Because you educated them. You were different out of the box. Now they want to work with you. You can film someone else. I told you about it. Interviews or testimonials. You can turn pictures of your market area into a video. I mean, you don't have to go full-fledged into video right away. Take pictures with your iPhone and turn it into video if you want. Use something like iMovie or a Windows Live to do it. You can use Animoto, again, which turns pictures into video. Let's talk about video topics. How about how-tos or frequently asked questions? The best content you're ever going to come up with, guys, is the questions your clients ask you. Frequently asked questions are huge because I've learned from being an internet marketer and content marketer that the same question that shows up over and over again means there could be hundreds or thousands of other people around the country with that same exact question. So start making content on it. Sometimes you can finish someone's sentence. They start asking and you just finish it and they go, wow, you're good. I've just been around a long time. Okay? Demonstration videos, how to search the multiple listing service, the ABCs of buying a house, selling a house, finding the right agent, choosing the right loan officer. Okay? A video series, 1 through 10 of buying or selling a house. We're doing this right now for our top agents here in Phoenix. We're making videos of each milestone during the buying and selling process that they can then send to their client as they cross it. Okay, so we're now under contract. Great, here's what's going to happen next. Okay, great, now we're going to do inspections. Here's what's going to happen next. And they're educating the consumer, but they're also building their own personal brand in the eyes of the consumer, and they're making themselves indispensable. Okay? These are also videos that someone else can share. Can you imagine? They go to a barbecue, they're like, oh, my agent's horrible. Doesn't call me back. By the way, lack of communication is the #1 complaint in real estate, by the way. Can you imagine? My agent never calls me back. Can't get a hold of him. Really want to see this house. And like, that's weird, because every time I have a question, my agent sends me a video on it. Here, I'll send it to you, right? They're calling you next. Okay? You can send videos as they cross each milestone. Subdivision info. I just told you that people search by subdivision when they live in a general area. They know where they want to live next. Germain Country Estates, okay? Ocotillo, Val Vista Lakes, DC Ranch, you name it. Housing market trends is huge. But if you're going to do that, do it right. Okay? I see videos that, again, make me want to cringe. And when I say do it right, I mean don't do this. Don't walk away from the camera as you press record. Don't, my name's Stephen, and I just want to tell you that the market's going up. I mean, if you're going to do that, you're not going to sound professional. Okay? You're selling somebody's most important asset they have. Okay? You got to look good. You got to sound good. You got to be presentable. So if you're going to do that, make sure you use graphs in your, okay? It's not good enough for you to say, okay, yes, it's true. You have to show evidence of it. So use graphs, use that kind of stuff. Okay, you can do cutaways. In the Video for Real Estate Agents course, we talk a lot about editing, and I teach you how to do all that stuff. Foreclosure, REO, short sale, the process. People don't know. I remember people were setting up these seminars going, we're going to get a bunch of people that show up for short sale, this big seminar. I'm like, I don't know about that. So why? Because if I am facing short sale, the last thing I want to do is announce it to the world by walking into a room with a bunch of other people going through the same thing as me. Before I do that, I'm going to watch a video or Google it. Short sale, what are my options? Foreclosure, what are my options? And if I can find a video with you speaking intelligently about it and you're in my area, you can serve me, I'm calling you. I'm telling you right now, I'm calling you. Okay? Luxury homes are different than traditional homes. Our videos are cinematic by nature at Hub Media Company. Okay, we want to bring out the emotion. It's another benefit of me working in the title industry as long as I did. I understand how important emotion is in video and in marketing. So we don't take this bird's eye view of a house. We get in it. Okay, you're seeing the burners, you're seeing the logos, you're seeing that Turkish marble, you're seeing those cherry wood floors, and you're going to go, oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. Right? That's what you need. That's what leads to leads. Okay, condos or townhomes or subdivision profiles. Condos are completely different unit and lifestyle than buying a house. It's completely different. So you should be explaining what's it like for condo life, right? If you want to be a condo, you want to be the condo king or the condo queen, you should have videos that talk about the different amenities that each condo place in your area has and why it's a good one and whatever. And then underneath that, you should have an IDX search, which allows them to search after they watch the video. Okay, neighborhood features is big. I live in a gated community now, and the one thing I'm missing is a park. I don't have a park. It sucks. I lived in a subdivision over, and I had a park, right? Subdivision features like a park are important, a clubhouse, those kind of things. You need to talk about that kind of stuff. Okay, video topic. Stephen's best 5 deals in Phoenix or Mesa, or why? Okay, if I make a video and I say, hey, I'm Stephen with Hub Media Company, and today I want to talk about my 5 best deals in Phoenix, and I start talking about those 5 best deals, and then let's say you find that video, which, by the way, the only people that find that video are people who are looking for deals in real estate, right? You don't usually stumble upon that unless it's on Facebook. If they can't take advantage of it, they're going to send it to their brother-in-law. Okay? Stephen's 5 best deals for investors. Stephen's #1 deal in the Valley and why. Make a series of this kind of stuff. Start building your own personal brand doing this. Lifestyle. Lifestyle's huge. Okay? No one needs a $2 million house. Nobody. When they're buying a $2 million house, they're buying a lifestyle. They're buying the windy driveway. They're buying the ocean view, the mountain views. That's what they're buying. So lifestyle is really important, and you need to show the lifestyle of these bigger properties, which is why you want to hire a professional videography company or videographer, because they will know how to bring that out. You need to show that stuff. You got to get that emotion going in that price range. Okay, businesses around you. Back in the days when I was a sales exec for a title company, real estate agents would go there, would go to these places with their business cards and say, hey, can I leave my business cards here? And they'd say yes or no or whatever. Well, now the high-tech way to do that is to make a video with the business owner. Hey, I'm Stephen Garner with Hub Media Company, and as a neighborhood specialist of, let's say, Germain Country Estates, people ask me all the time recommendations for restaurants, and one of my favorite places in the whole world is X. As a matter of fact, this is X right here, and he has a deal for you. And ask him, hey, will you offer a 5% discount to anyone that mentions this video? 5% is not $5, a lot less, actually. Okay, it's a great marketing opportunity for him. And he might actually share that video. He might actually go, hey, everybody, look what Stephen said. He's the neighborhood expert over at Germain Country Estates, and look what he said about our place. Okay, that's what you should do. All right, video topics, your local purchase contract. Guys, I'm from New York, but I went to college in Las Vegas, and I live in Phoenix. The purchase contract in New York, Las Vegas, and Phoenix is completely different, okay? It's a big thing. The purchase contract can be pretty intimidating. So make a video about the purchase contract. Outline it. Hey, I'm Stephen with Hub Media Company, and over my 30 years of selling real estate, people have asked me a lot about the purchase contract, and in my experience, these top 5 things come up. So let's pay attention to those right now and then explain what they are. And now you've just set yourself up as the expert on the purchase contract without saying you're an expert at the purchase contract. Okay? 5 things to watch out for when buying a short sale. 5 things to watch out for when buying an REO. How to choose the right real estate agent. Guys, most people will choose the first real estate agent they find. The ones that are looking for how to choose the right real estate agent got burned by their first real estate agent. Same thing with a loan officer. How to choose the right title company. How to choose the right home inspection company, pool company, whatever. Okay, you can get really, 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 really creative with video if you know what you're doing. If I was a real estate agent, I would make a video with my pool guy. I'd be like, hey, I'd spray myself down so I'm nice and wet and hot and sweaty and say, it's hot in Phoenix. But your boy Steven here with Hub Media Company has got some value for you. You see, I work with this guy right here, XYZ Pool Company, and he's agreed to offer you this special deal if you'll contact him and mention my name. And now, what do you think they're going to do? Now you're building value, and now your pool guy is going to say, look what Steven said about us, okay? It's all about this guerrilla or viral marketing. Okay, interview local residents. I don't care how long you've been a real estate agent. I don't care how long you've served. You think you know a community? You don't. You don't know it like the people that live in it do. Okay, so interview them. Why did they choose it? Why do they like it? You might be thinking as a real estate agent, I like it because the cost per square foot is lower than anybody else or anywhere else, or I like it because of this. And you might find out that on every Friday, the girls in the community get together, rent a limo, and go out. And that's what they like about it, right? Ask them, why do you like about it? Approach them. Hey, I'm Stephen with Hub Media Company, and I happen to be the neighborhood expert in this area. I get a lot of people from out of state asking me for different communities and where they'd like to live. Would you mind telling me a few things that you like about your community on video? They'll say yes or they say no. And if you do it right, they will say yes. Everybody wants their 15 minutes of fame, especially if you have a track record of using video and it looks good and they may have seen it already. They'll go, oh, I'm in Steven's video. Okay, school information. When somebody's moving from New York to Phoenix, I told you they are not looking for a house yet, they're looking for schools. What is the measure of schools in your area? What is that? Is it the SA or the AC, whatever it's called, merit, whatever it might be? What is that? Find out what that is because people are looking for that. Okay, and then start talking about it. The top producing schools in this area are Tarwater Elementary, which is an A+ school or whatever it might be. Okay, they find that they're looking for schools. These are all searches that are indirectly related to the housing market, by the way. They're not looking for a house yet. They're still in that gathering information phase. Okay, the buying or the selling process is huge. A lot of people get really intimidated by that. They don't know. You see, in New York, when you sign, you get the keys right away, but that doesn't happen here in Phoenix, only at recordation. I can't tell you the number of times I've seen somebody show up with a Ryder truck thinking they're going to get the keys right after they sign, and they don't. Their agent didn't tell them that, or forgot to tell them that. So educate your buyer, educate your seller, and by doing so, you'll be setting yourself up as the expert. Okay, YouTube versus social media. I'm not the biggest fan of social media because everybody, especially on Facebook, is always talking about how great they are, and I want to choke them. Okay, I don't care how great you think you are. I cringe. Where are you adding value to me? Where are you helping me? How are you making me smarter? You're not. All you're telling me is what you ate. Or you're telling me how much you love your kids. Or you're telling me that you're the best, or you're awesome, or you're fantastic, and I'm conditioned to tune that stuff out anyway. Okay? That's social media. But with YouTube, when somebody clicks play on your video, they're watching you. They care about what you have to say. That's why YouTube and that's why video is so effective. It is intentional. Okay? Calls to action. You got to tell somebody what to do and exactly how to do it. When I was in title, a lot of people failed Not only in real estate, but title, because they didn't know how to ask for an order. You can't just take someone to lunch and just assume they're going to work with you. That's not how it works. You have to tell them, okay, great. So we talked about this. We talked about this. You said this. You said this. You said I could change this. Here's how that looks. Great. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to introduce you to this person, and you said that was important because of, and next thing you know, it's okay. They're totally aligned, and that's great. Okay? Tell them what to do. When you finish your videos, okay, like at the end, I have all our clients say, for more information on this home or any home, call me today at, say their phone number, say this, say that. That's the call to action. Otherwise, you just end. And believe it or not, unless you ask somebody to do something, they most likely won't. So go here, do this for this value. Here's something called an and one I like to use, right? Using that same model from the outro of the house, right? For more information on this home or any home, call me Stephen Garner. I would use an and one, which would look like this. For more information on this home or any home, call me today at 480-223-8113 or email me at stephen@hubmediacompany.com, and I'll send you a current list of all the homes for sale in this community. And now that's the and one, okay? Maybe they're not interested in that house. Maybe they want to know about other houses. Great. What should you do with that video? It should be embedded into your blog, okay? You need to have a website, WordPress. We're going to talk about that in a second. This is a hub marketing class that I teach here in the Valley. Hub marketing, that's where Hub Media Company came from. Guys, everything that you do revolves around driving traffic to your hub, and your hub is your website, okay? It should be the most important thing in your business if you're doing it correctly. Yes, sphere of influence is important. Yes, referrals are important, but those people are likely going to go to your website to learn more about you. So what I advocate is creating content on your WordPress real estate website and then syndicating it out to places like Google and YouTube and Bing and Yahoo and Home Finder and Trulia and Zillow and AZ Central and HotPads. And when they click on it, they'll be driven right back to your website, and that's where you want them. Okay? If you have a Costco or a Sam's Club in your area, you've probably noticed they like to move things around now and then. They move the beer, they move the soda, they move like that kind of stuff around. Why? Because they need you to go in the store, realize what you're looking for is not there, go look for it, and stumble across something that you didn't even know that you needed that you bought, like 200 diapers, and you don't even have kids. Okay? You got it. That's why. You need to get these people to your website so they can learn more about you, and they will start to see you as an authority without you having to go to the traditional real estate marketing of all about me. I'm great. I'm this. I'm this. I'm this. I'm like, I don't care. Okay? Hub marketing. Your real estate website is the most important aspect, and you can't use video effectively, 100% effectively, without having a good website. How that works is instead of putting your video on YouTube and syndicating it out, you take your video, you embed it in your WordPress website, you write an article around it, and you take that link and put it on Facebook. You take that link and put it on Pinterest. That link and you put it on ActiveRain. And then when somebody on Facebook clicks on it, they're going to leave Facebook and go to your website. That's what you want. Okay? Share your videos on Facebook, your personal page and your business page. Okay? Share them on Twitter and Google Plus and Pinterest and Instagram and ActiveRain. Share them everywhere you can. Empower your audience by asking for feedback. Don't just say, I'm so great. Say, what do you think of this kitchen? Right? What do you think of these floors? What do you think of this granite? Okay? What do you think of this subdivision? Ask questions. People like to contribute. Okay? Syndicate your videos. You can do it automatically within YouTube. I don't suggest that you do it because you don't want your videos to automatically go out. You want to control it. Okay? But all this stuff is Purple Cow. I recommend you go get a book by Seth Godin called Purple Cow. Purple Cow is all about being different in your marketing. So what color are cows? Imagine you're driving by a dairy and cows are black and white, brown, whatever it might be. And you're driving by and you see a purple cow. You're going to do a double take. Purple Cow is video. That's what that is. And if you know how to do it right, you'll stand out. Okay? These are houses that I shot. You'll see they're all ranked on the first page. Look at with the usual suspects like Redfin and Zillow and Trulia, Realty Track. If you're a consumer looking for information on this house, what link are you going to click? You're going to click the video. Okay? Video is Purple Cow. Here you go. Here's another one. Hey, look at me. Right? Sticks out like a sore thumb. Hello. Right? Hi, look at me. Guys, everything that we talked about today, everything that we talked and a whole lot more is inside the Video for Real Estate Agents course. You can learn more about it at videoforrealestateagents.com. Now, in addition, I think there's like 22 hours of content in there. It's insane. And it's all from me, somebody who's been in your industry, who knows what challenges you face, telling you how to get out of your own way and how to do all this different stuff. But in addition, I've also set up a private Facebook group. And in that group, I have real estate agents from all over the world who have taken the course. Singapore, Australia, New Zealand, the UK, Ireland, Canada, the US. And they're posting their videos of what's working in their areas, and they're having these conversations, and they're giving each other information, and they're more likely to do it because they're not even in the same markets. That's videoforrealestateagents.com. Now, I told you also you can't be effective without a good website. And that's why I recommend ifoundagent.com. iFoundAgent is a website WordPress developer here in Phoenix. Unlike any other developer, okay? They built hubmediacompany.com, they built mytitleguide.com, they're the only company that I use. Now, what I really like about them is now they're offering video sites, okay? This is a video site you're looking at right here. You can check it out. I believe it's Fulton Ranch AZ Homes or Fulton Ranch Homes AZ. There's a video on the front. And if you live in Fulton Ranch or you want to know more about Fulton Ranch, this is going to grab you immediately. They also have their own proprietary IDX system, which is indexable, meaning every page shows up in a search engine like Google. They also provide training on how to use your website and how to use the IDX to create searches. All their searches are 100% customizable. If you want to make a blog post using an IDX about 4-bedroom, 2-bath homes with RV gates, you can do that using their system. That's ifoundagent.com. And if you mention the Video for Real Estate Agents course, whether or not you take it or not, they'll give you 25% off, okay? You can reach Dale. His number is 480-226-3020 or ifoundagent.com. Now, if you have questions, and you likely do, reach out to me, okay? You could do it through YouTube, or you could do it through my website or through my email. My email is Stephen, S-T-E-P-H-E-N, at hubmediacompany.com. You can also reach me through the Video for Real Estate Agents, which is VFRE agents at gmail.com. Regardless of whether you take my course or any other video course out there, just do something. Take action now, and you'll thank me. And get a coach. Get somebody who can help you. Someone that can tell you when you're showing up as being not authentic. Someone that can give you the best scenario. And if that's me, I'd be honored to be that person. We also offer coaching as well. So I'm Stephen Garner with Hub Media Company, Video for Real Estate Agents, and everything else out there. I really appreciate your time. I hope you got value out of it. And by all means, please leave in the comments below what you thought of it. And if you thought I suck, say it. Stephen, you're horrible. Or you know what, Stephen, this is great. Okay? I appreciate your time. Thank you very much.